and welcome to a video tutorial of Korg PA Manager. In this tutorial, we will explore the all-new Sample Manager. The Sample Manager now gives you total control over how we manage and design our sets, right on your PC. Let's think about how long it takes your keyboard to load a set. Quite a while, doesn't it? You could almost go and prepare some coffee, come back and it will still be loading. Now, let's see how long it takes our Sample Manager to load up. Let's load a set by dragging it from our desktop onto our program. Wow, that was quick. Let's explore the interface. On the left here, we have a list of all the samples in our set. On the right is our multi-sample list. At the bottom here is an overall view of the available RAM memory of our set. How much RAM has been used, what the total size acceptable by the set is, and how much RAM is available. If you place your mouse over the version label, it would show us exactly which keyboard model the set was created with. So, let's explore our sample list. We can now directly audition all of our samples. If we right-click on a sample, this menu will show up. We can save and export any sample as a WAV file. Please note, PA3X compressed samples cannot be auditioned or exported. You can also rename any sample to have a better organized set. Memory management is important, so you can also check the size of a sample. And finally, the delete option provides us with three menus. First option is to only delete the current selected sample. Second option will scan through the samples and check if there are any that are not assigned. So if there are samples without a matching PCM sample or any samples that are not assigned to a multi-sample or drum kit and are just wasting space, will be removed from the set. Third option will delete everything, all samples and multi-samples. This is good if you want to start from scratch and have an empty canvas to work with. Here is a list of our multi-samples. Right-click to rename it or explore its properties by loading the multi-sample manager. Now we have a full view of our multi-sample. Each number of a key represents the sample group it belongs to. We can then change the range each layer covers by clicking and dragging the from and to values. Please note, you can change the level and pitch values, but they will not be auditioned in real time. But changes will have an effect once loaded onto the keyboard. You can also, of course, change and select any sample by dragging this slider here. Or, if you already know the sample number to use, double-click and enter its value. Click on the Save Changes button to save any changes made to your multi-sample. The Export button here is a great feature for those wanting to use these sounds elsewhere. You can either export the multi-sample in the native Korg KMP format, or you can also export the whole multi-sample in WAV format. As you see, it created a folder with all the samples in WAV format. And finally, clicking on this red Delete MS button, you can always delete a multi-sample. Please note, this will also delete all associated samples. There we are. The multi-sample is now removed and some free space was freed up from our RAM. You can now import WAV files into your set. Very useful, especially now to all PA600 users. Let's click on it and load in a WAV file. Clicking on the wave graph lets us hear the WAV file. We can rename the sample. Also select the category it belongs to. I will leave it as standard. And now we can import the wave. As you see, The WAV file is now added into our set. You can either assign it now or later on the keyboard on a multisample or a drum kit. The current version of 2.0 does not have an option to create a new multisample from scratch, but will do in future releases. However, we have an option to also import multisamples. Let's load up a new multisample. Okay, as you see, now our new multisample was imported and the related samples are added onto the sample list on the left here. Everything is mapped and imported perfectly. All you need to do now is to save this set by clicking on the Save As button. By default, CorpPA Manager adds the KPM prefix to any set name to prevent overwriting your set. However, you can always rename and overwrite any existing files. Click Save and wait until everything is saved. This can take up to a minute or two. Please note that this procedure only exported the multisample and PCM folders. Now you would need to manually cut or copy these folders and replace them with the ones in your actual set. Well, that was the Sample Manager. See you guys soon.